Hey, 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 what's going on?
Hey, nothing much. Hello everybody, and welcome back to the commentary zone. Today on the docket, we have Married to Medicine, Season 8, Episode 17, Reunion Part 1. This is one of 3. I was happy with this. This was a good start.
It was a very good start. Very solid.
Oh my God. Guys, as you enter the room, we thank you if you return to this second show with us today. Please don't forget to give us a thumbs up, hit the subscribe button and notification bell, and most importantly, tell a friend. If you can't watch us on YouTube, we have a simulcast on Twitter and Twitch. Okay. What were the high points for you?
Oof. For me, I would say it was Toya trying to explain why she was just rude this whole season,
Mhm.
and also when Quad came on the scene. Those were my highlights. So let me some Miss Quad.
Why do you think that they didn't let Miss Quad on from the beginning? And why do you think she's the only she's a friend, right? She's not, yeah.
Right.
Why was she the only friend allowed on?
So because she's the only one who really gave anything. So Quad not being a full cast is just like a slap on the wrist for her. They couldn't bring her on from the beginning of the reunion because they like, we can't make you seem like you're full cast. We're gonna have to treat you like a friend for this season, but we're gonna have you on for most of the reunion.
Did you watch Heavenly and Funky Dyneva's recap of
Yes,
the thing? Did Heavenly say that she was still negotiating with them and said forget it, and that's why when she went to Tulum?
yeah. She said she didn't like her.
Oh,
She said she didn't like her contract, and she wasn't filming, so she went to Tulum.
good for her. Oh
Hmm.
my
But
God.
see, that's the thing. This is a woman who knows her worth and is not willing to sell for less. So she did what she felt she had to do, I was here for that.
Okay, so let's see if there are any comments because I see Cooch has one. Okay, so Cooch said it shouldn't be a slap on the wrist though, since Mariah didn't even make it to part-time.
So I think there was some behind the scenes issues with Quad. Like she would be late, she would be difficult, blah blah blah. So they were just like, yeah, we're gonna knock you down a peg. And then Heavenly said, like, she knew they needed Quad, they needed her energy, which they did. I could wholeheartedly agree, and that's why she kept bringing her name up, kept talking about her, and then finally, like, production kind of probably gave in a little. Each side probably gave in a little, and Quad came back.
I agree with Trey. Everybody's hashtag was until we got to the hashtag U-Haul collection.
I was like, I
I
was like,
can't
ooh.
remember any of the other hashtags. I remember
Me
that
neither.
one.
I remember that one.
Oh my
That was
God.
hilarious.
Jeez. Jeez. Okay, so we also find out Heavenly's son was in the hospital. She almost didn't make the
Oof.
reunion. Damon stayed behind because apparently the hospital wasn't doing what they were supposed to do with regards to her son's care. Thank
Mhm.
God well, she's a dentist, but he's a physician,
Mhm.
and he was able to say what should be done, but it's kind of disconcerting for me, and I know that this has been an issue ongoing for a while now. um if I'm going into the hospital and I need care and I'm trusting you as the physician on call to treat me equally, or at least pay attention to me and listen to what I'm saying and diagnose me properly, like, that's
Mhm.
kind of scary. And thank
Right.
God she had that with Dr. Damon there. Well, it doesn't bode well for someone like me who doesn't even know how to put on a Band-Aid effectively.
Mm. No, I get what you're saying. Like, and I agree with you wholeheartedly on that one because it makes you distrust doctors when
Mhm.
we kind of do in the first place. You know what I mean?
Yes. Yeah. You know, damn. Equal. Yep. Equally. Yep. 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 It is crazy. So you get the less the doctor's care. Yeah, this is so true. Cooch, I found this out with my mother because one of her physicians said that they were no longer giving her a particular examination anymore because basically she is past the age of needing it. I said, well, what do you mean by that? Once you get past a certain age, you don't need to be screened for this anymore because it doesn't happen in people past this age. And he said, no, we've determined that they've lived a longer life than normal. So if she catches it, there's no need for aggressive treatment.
Wow.
Say one there? What?
Right.
He said you could get it because your insurance will cover it, but it's just a waste of time.
Wow.
Okay.
Wow.
Yeah. So basically she's past the age of caring. That's how I received that. She's past the age of caring. And that was the
Wow.
second doctor. Because
Okay.
another doctor that does another annual exam was like, yeah, no, once she gets past 75, there's no need to do this anymore.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah.
Basically, if I understand this correctly, because I'm trying to wrap my hand around this.
Uh-huh.
Basically, what they said, we're not screening for this because, she's lived long enough. So if she catches it,
Yeah.
it doesn't matter. That's
Yeah.
what I took from the conversation. Is that what he was trying
Yeah.
to say?
Yeah.
Okay, I
And
just
so
want to
when I
make sure I
said,
heard
so
that.
what you're trying to tell me is that she's past the age of caring? That's not what I'm saying, but it's just not necessary at her age. She's had a very long and happy life.
Wow. Whew.
Right.
Yeah, no.
Yeah,
Mm-mm.
I left that doctor's office
Mm-mm.
confused and disheartened because my mom has me. I have no one. God help me. Like all the internal organs are just going to fall out. It's just insane. But
Yeah,
that's American healthcare for you.
basically.
But yeah, so that kind of shocked me, and I'm very happy that they have the skill set in their family to speak up for them when they know something's going wrong, because I know that if it's me and it's my mom, I'm completely trusting the doctor. If he says give her a lobotomy, the most I can do is pick up my phone and go on the Googler and see if
Right.
that works. Yeah. There's so many people, Cooch, that are encountering this right now. Yeah, Yanni, the future, our future isn't that good. At least mine isn't. Oh God. So what else? Okay, my highlight of this episode was when Heavenly finally got her girl on girl kiss, and I think she played it up perfectly, being like, I think I like that, kind of thing. I thought that was so cute, and it came at a really good time to separate two arguments, two segments that were arguments, if that makes
Mm-hmm.
sense. I thought it was cute, and it was a great icebreaker for me.
I gotcha.
Mm-hmm.
It was hilarious. They were just too funny. They were.
What did you think of the part? I think it was part of Contessa's package where Dr. Simone was trying to give her example with regards to
Mm-hmm.
her trying to tell Cecil about his golf partner, and it
Mm-hmm.
was 5 years. And did you notice that Andy was trying to jump in, but Simone was not going to be spoken over. She was going to get this point out.
Right.
I thought that was an interesting exchange.
Because she knows what she went through,
Mm-hmm.
and I will say this: while it seems petty on our end, like the whole situation with the golf partner and stuff like that, it made Simone uncomfortable.
Mm-hmm.
And my thing is this: I want to know what changed in their relationship or what she saw, because this was a woman who would stay at their house and go on vacations with them, but all of a sudden you don't want her around. It's not like she was some random you did not know.
Maybe as they started having issues, um, she started making comments on their marriage more freely, which might
Mm-hmm.
have threatened Simone, or she might have been, okay, look, you've been around and you've been a friend, but don't dip your toe into our situation. Don't make any comments, especially if he coming home and telling me this dumb shit that he spoke with you out on the golf shore. I don't want to hear it, because if you're not listening to me, I don't want to hear what you listening to another woman about, kind of thing, you
Right.
know?
But also, I just remember that
Mm-hmm.
Simone mentioned, like, she felt, as soon as she felt that Cecil was giving Tammy more emotional support or emotional time than he was giving her. So I
Mm.
think that's what she meant. That made her
Ooh.
uncomfortable,
Yeah.
because most times people feel emotional cheating is worse than physical cheating. And I really
Mm-hmm.
feel like maybe, they would go out and do fun stuff together. Maybe they would go play golf and then go to dinner and do like that kind of fun stuff. And someone's like, "Hey, why am I not getting the same treatment? And I'm your wife."
Uh-huh.
That so I'm
I
getting, now that you brought that up, I'm
definitely.
like, I think that
Yep.
may be it.
And yes, Montana, this was mostly a fun reunion. I'll agree on that. And then I do remember this, Yanni. Justify Toya. Oh, yeah, she was trying to justify her bad behavior. But let's put a pin in that and bring it up again when we talk about the Toya subject package. Okay. Um, the second house did not help Cecil and Simone. Yes, that. And I think it was an excuse for Simone to say that the southern house was closer to her house, or the north,
To,
whoever was living
to
where.
the seven where she was living, the second house was more convenient for her
Hmm.
office.
Yeah, but remember they used to call it the north and the south houses?
Yeah,
I couldn't remember who was
which
living who.
which
Yeah.
I thought was a fun thing. I think if
Mhm.
you can do it, do it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. But again, I think that was lost income for their family. If you have the privilege of owning more than one home, rent out the other one,
Hmm.
especially if they're in the same city and it's not like a ski house or a lake house or a beach home or something like that. Um, when Simone was living in a different house because it's closer, so they were apart a lot. Yeah, yeah. Um, and it did give a friend that opening to come in. That is so true. Lisa's agreeing with you, Jamal. Montana says Simone gave him a taste of the single parent life. Oof.
Hmm.
Mm-mm-mm. She changed for a very expensive car instead. True.
Yeah.
Um, okay. Oh, Lisa says all that is true, but I also think it was like a trial separation because Cecil wasn't allowed at the other house close to the house. And remember, he made an investment. Yes, that was the same time that he spent the $20,000 or $25,000. Whatever happened to that?
Right. And then didn't Simone in retaliation buy like a car
Yep, yep.
without telling him? And then
That's what
he got
Lisa's saying.
and then he got upset about the car, but he went
Mm-hmm.
and spent money on an investment. Okay, didn't say nothing.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I think they were doing tit for tat
Right. I
at
agree
that
with that
time.
one.
And he lost his job too when he went and did that investment, didn't he?
It was around the same time.
Oof. Ooh. Okay, so Lisa, you've swung Yanni over. She is now thinking it was a trial separation. All right, so.
That makes sense because
Mhm,
the house came out of nowhere. You know what I
mhm.
mean? And there was no, like, you've been doing the same commute for how many years, and all of a sudden it's an issue. I'm
Right, but the traffic in Atlanta gets worse and worse and worse every year. It really does.
Oh,
Yeah. Yeah.
gotcha.
So what she started out with 20 years ago is not the
Not
same
the
animal that she's
same,
dealing with now.
because Atlanta has changed so much, and so there's been so much
Mhm.
influx of people coming to live there. That makes sense.
Yeah, yeah. Um,
But
I've
like I said,
had a couple
if
fr
you, if you, I was gonna say, I'm sorry to interrupt, but like I said,
No.
if you can do it, do it.
Yeah, yeah. And, I think that's gonna be one of the reasons that Toya is going to give was as to why they're selling it. I know they're saying, "Well, people got 1,000,000 over asking and blah, blah, blah." That house that they bought is way far away from his, Eugene's job. And then she switched schools. So
Mhm.
now they're giving the excuse, "Well, we wanna move, closer to our kids' school." Okay. I think they have a house they can't afford.
But aren't they paying like $25,000 each for each child to go to that school though?
I think she said that. I think she
Yeah,
said
that's
that,
what I
but
thought.
that's ridiculous. I mean, if you have it, go ahead, but I their finances, like the math ain't mathin' for me with their finances. And I know Heavenly said that Eugene makes like up to like 250 an hour
An
as an
hour.
ER doctor. Um, but yeah, the math ain't mathin'. Sorry.
And like 1,000,000 over, but you guys aren't getting 1,000,000 over. Now, I wish people would be honest about that. I wish they would be honest because look, Heavenly broken down. If y'all haven't seen it, y'all need to watch Heavenly's live where they break it down. So basically, they lost money on the house because
Mhm.
it cost them what 2.9 to build it, whatever. Then it probably sold. They said for like 2.7. So no, they built it for 2.6. They
Mhm.
listed it at like 2.9, brought it down to 2.7. They think they sold it for 2.7. So that's only 100 grand, quote unquote, profit. And
Mhm.
then you got to take out the 6% for the realtors, their fees. And I think they
Mhm.
said that that's $150,000. Then we factor in the capital gains tax, um, the other taxes, the moving expenses, the storage expenses. I mean, you lost money on that house.
Yeah.
And there's nothing wrong with saying, like, you know what, we did it again. We've learned this time. We've learned not to do this again.
But how embarrassing is that? And then something that Heavenly said that she made a bet with Quad. They bet $50 that they will go and buy as big and as expensive and as large of a fiasco. Like they won't downsize to 1.4. They're going to go and do another 3 million
Mm-hmm.
house, which makes no sense. I
Right.
don't,
Think about. Mm-hmm.
they're just not learning from their mistakes. I'm sorry.
Right. And when Toya tried to call Anila for not paying the people, and you was like, I paid them. I have the receipts. I paid them on time.
Mm-hmm.
And Toya kept trying to bring up on her iPad this text message, but you never said what date was your text message and what was the date on Anila's payment. So for
Yeah.
me, Toya's text message don't mean a thing. I go by the payment, and I know people like Anila who they literally pay their bills on. When I say on time, if it's
Mhm.
due on the second, you're not getting paid until the second.
Well, yeah. Yeah. But again, what were the like I want to know what were the terms of service and payment?
Hmm.
Were because they were there for several days. Were you getting paid on a daily basis once the service was rendered? Were you taking advance deposits, then payment? Were you waiting for all 3 days that they were in DC till the very end to ask for payment? Like what was the deal? Don't show me a text message that apparently was sent to you but saying, "Hey Anila." Really?
Right.
Okay, because was that to you or was that to Anila?
exactly. And my
Okay.
thing with Toya, for me, I could be it comes across as jealousy. And I'm going to agree with Dr. Heavily on this because Anila didn't need Married to Medicine to get her house. Her
That's
family
true.
has money. Kieran's a plastic surgeon, so we know he's doing quite well. I
Mhm.
really feel that Toya was jealous and she just wanted to embarrass Anila any way she could. And like I'm going to go back to our last recap when Bravo was so shady when they went from Toya's house overview to Anila's house overview. I'm like, y'all wrong for that. Y'all know y'all wrong. Y'all wrong for that.
Mm-mm. Oh my god.
But like if you think about it, like if Toya's house was 2.6, if the numbers are right, what we're hearing 2.6, Anila was 3 million. I really feel Anila got way more bang for her buck. Wait, I mean, the finishes were so nice. I mean, I was impressed by the house. I'm sorry, I just was.
That zebra marble in the kitchen is everything. Like, I don't need to go past the kitchen. Them two islands. Oh, mm,
Yeah,
scrumptious.
the islands alone. I'm like, you know what? I want to come eat at your house. I don't care who's cooking. Actually, it could be Uber Eats. I'm gonna be there.
I just want to hang out in the kitchen. The kitchen looks very nice. I'm so jealous. Okay, okay. What else do we have to? So we've hit on the Anila issue with the billing. We've hit on the Toya. Okay, what did you think with all the women trying to get her to be accountable for her behavior this season?
Well, Toya was. It started out. Toya was the one trying to get everyone accountable. This and that. But what killed me was when she said, "I like," but they attacked. Like I was aggressive, but they attacked me. But they were aggressive with me below the belt. What? No, you can't. That's like you going to a teacher and say, "Well, they hit me back because I hit them first." No, stop it. No, 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 no. You talked about everybody.
Mhm.
You got all this mouth, but when they come back at you with the truth and the hard truth, you wouldn't have an attitude.
Wait, they can't cook their own food? Doesn't Miss Gomez cook their food?
So I'm gonna go back up to the comments.
If y'all got a $3 million house, I
So
wouldn't be
Josephine,
cooking nothing.
so Josephine says, "I loved Heavily, but she's up forever bringing up Toya's house. I do think she's envious of Toya's style. I don't think Heavenly's envious. I think the reason why Heavenly brings up Toya's house is because if you know throughout the season, Toya has had something to say about pretty much everyone's house. She talked about Henley's house being old. She talked
Mhm.
about Quad's bullshit ass apartment, which was a townhouse at the time.
Mhm.
I think she even said something about Jackie's house. And they're like, Heavenly's like, hold up, like we we doing this because we have it. We working, we have this. You sit up on your behind in a big ass house you built but can't afford, and you're not even contributing. That's where Heavenly has the issue, and that's why Heavenly lays her flat every time. Like, quit speaking on things you're not qualified to speak about. And in
Mhm.
this regard, I believe Heavenly's correct. When you're not someone who's buying on your own and doing it on your own and affording it comfortably, you shouldn't speak on other people's finances. It is what it is for me. You know, talking about Quad got everything she got on her own, and I was really proud of her for that. I'm like, that's a great thing for to do, man or woman. Recently divorced, she picked herself up and she's doing the thing.
How did you like her explaining her new home with the resort pool and it's a mansion?
She has me cracking up. That was
Mm-mm-mm.
quite just. I'm happy for her.
So wait, she was renting the townhouse that she was in.
That's what it sounds like. It was a heavily said it was a $600,000 townhouse, and she was renting for 5,000 a month. So Toya felt like, oh, you shouldn't be doing that. But I'm like this, like if Quad wants to rent for 5 G's a month and she's happy, and I love the townhouse personally, cool. But why are you counting other people's pockets if you don't have pockets of your own?
Mm-hmm. Well, now I feel better that she didn't buy that place.
Mm-hmm.
And she bought her little mansion with resort pool. I can't wait till next season where we get to see like the house.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I've only seen the pool area though. Like
Same.
right after she bought it, she put up a few posts um on social media, but it was all out at the pool. The pool area is really nice. It reminds me a little bit of Heavenly's, but amped up.
Right.
Yeah.
I've only seen like the photos I saw weren't that clear, weren't that good because I think they were posted by somebody else. But I did like it. I'm like, cool,
No, there were
nice
some
little inner.
pictures of her by her pool, like lounging and stuff. It was right after she bought it.
I don't know. I gotta go double check. Dag nabbit.
I think, unless I'm imagining. Okay. So wait, hold on. Toya used her house and her status so she talks about everyone else to feel better about herself. What do you think?
But amongst the group, she has no status. Let's call a thing a thing. Literally, she's like quote unquote the brokest one on the cast. So that's why people have an issue with her. Like, how are you going to put other people down when you have the least amount of money? The least amount of income on the whole cast. That's
Well,
where they have. That's where they struggle.
don't forget Trey, what Trey says. Don't forget about their low-key two-story closet competition.
I
Oof.
remember that.
Did y'all has anyone taken a look at the house tour that Heavenly does of her home? It's a beautiful home. I am envious. I have nothing close to that. I have nothing close to her gym in her house as my home. But it is very, maybe it's Heavenly in how she took us on the tour, but it is very convoluted, very in this door, out the other door, out this door, back around this door.
Hmm.
I was dizzy. I was dizzy. And it could have been the tour guide. But I think if she did like a major like renovation on it and made it more open, once the kids go off to school and live on their own, I think that'd be a beautiful house. Really beautiful house.
Hmm. I agree.
Um, okay, Yanni says, I think Eugene has a hard time saying no to Toya. Then they get into financial trouble, and then he has to speak up and also go back to work. Uh,
I can agree to that.
okay. So Heavenly and Toya have known each other for 13 years, and I think they, like, I didn't know that until this season. I didn't really care. Yeah, I believe that Toya said this when she was talking to Jackie that she brought Heavenly to
Hmm.
the show. I did not know that. I thought it was Mariah, but okay. And totally agree, 100% Montana. New money screams and old money whispers. This is so true, and we get to learn this and see it in action on several of these shows.
Hmm.
Okay, so Lisa says Lisa's our reference manual. Um, the show hadn't been on for that many years. Heavenly came on to be a sidekick for Toya, and Toya gets jealous of everybody that has brought her on or that she has brought on. Oof. Oy, oy, oy. Okay. Anything else we need to? Oh, let's get into the Contessa thing.
Hmm.
Okay. Why is okay? Andy asked Contessa, has she brought up the D word since I guess filming ended and them coming to the reunion? And she
Mm-hmm.
gives this convoluted answer that, all of these women are her friends and any one of them could answer this. But he not talking to them. And it's not
Mm-hmm.
their marriage. Why would she toss that back to someone else to answer? And why did Quad think that it was her option to pick up that volley? Like I did not get that at all.
I don't get it either, but I understood what Quad answered because in Quad's mind, the questions are there and contestant's not going to answer, so someone needs to answer this, so I'm going to do it. And that's pretty much what it came down to. I think what at this point the ladies are sick of her not making a decision. They're sick of her not saying her truth. And so they're like, if you're not going to do it, we tired of hearing about it, so we just going to do it. And I really feel that's what it is. Because at every
However,
turn,
go
but
ahead. No, you go ahead.
yeah, every turn, she's always like being evasive or talking in riddles. I really, really feel that as her as their as them as her friends can only do so much. Behind the scenes, like we're here for you. They're just tired, and I get it.
Okay, but she said that any woman on that stage could answer that question. However, several of them look surprised that she's filed for a separation.
Excuse me, I'm so sorry. I
Gesundheit.
think that what it is that they could answer the questions, but they didn't know she filed. Because Andy asked a certain broad question that he wanted her to answer, she didn't do it. That's why she said they could answer. But when Quad said, and it was Quad, right, who brought that she said that said that contestant filed. That's right. It was Quad, right? The rest were in shock because it seems like contestant and Quad talk more than the other ladies. But I do think Heavenly knew because Heavenly really didn't say anything during that segment. And she said, she said that in her review with Funky Dineva. You know what I mean? Because she's not trying to speak on it, but she says she wants her friend to be happy.
My God, I feel bad for her. I don't know how to feel about this because I was thinking that this was a plot line for them, Contessa and Scott. I didn't feel like it just didn't make sense. Nothing. The math wasn't mathing. Like she would say one thing and do another. Like, and I get the other women saying, okay, you're saying all of this stuff to us about the female life coach, and then he switched it up. He has controlling issues, and then you go on vacation with him. And then her Contessa's response is, well, we are a family. What?
Exactly.
What? Anywho, well, it wasn't a complete segment for them. Of course, this is the teaser. They gave us a larger than normal teaser to keep us reeled in for 2 weeks. God dang, that 4th of July holiday weekend. But again, we have to wait 2 weeks for part 2, and then the following week, part 3. I think they could have banged this out as a pre-Independence Day thing. They could have given us part 2 tomorrow, and then part 3 tonight, and then tomorrow part 3. I think they could have done a 3-night arc and call it a day, but who am I? I'm not employed by Bravo, but whatever.
If we were employed by Bravo, the cast on some of these shows would be better. Just saying.
Oh Jesus! Well, at least the taglines would be.
Most definitely those trash.
Why was Scott late?
Because he feels like, excuse me, because he feels like he can't be.
Did the vibe of the show, not the show, did the vibe change once Scott arrived?
It really did. It really did.
It's amazing
He's
that
that
one
dark cloud.
character has that much power.
He's that dark cloud over the season.
Mm. Did anybody pick up his vibes? Like, they've been on the show for quite a few years now. Has anybody picked up this side of him previously?
It only started happening when she went to go to school. That's where to me that's where it all started. And I agreed with Heavenly that she should have got him a nanny to take care of the kids. I'm sorry. You don't leave your husband who's not used to taking care of the kids all at one time alone like that.
Not just any nanny,
Not
like
just any nanny,
somebody
but
like Miss Renee
right.
in that age group.
I really feel like he was resentful for her going out to school. Not so much her going out to school as her leaving him with the kids alone. And we have to remember he's a full time doctor as well. It's not
So
like he's a
why didn't he hire a nanny?
I don't know. I I don't think I can come up with that since she made this decision. This is what she wanted to do. She should have made the preparations.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not going to disagree with it. If that's his notion, I'm not going to disagree with that notion. If this is what you want to do, you need to make all the arrangements. I support you now, but
So
you
if you
need to
support
handle
me,
it.
help me pick out a nanny.
But it's not like she didn't want to hire a nanny though. That's the way it came across to me.
So why didn't they? Oh my God! You see, again, the math ain't mathing.
Mhm.
Um, but didn't she have a full-time job before she went off to do the degree work?
Yeah, she did.
So why are we using that he got a full-time job as an excuse? I don't know. Either one of the two of them numbnuts could
But
have
the
got
thing,
a nanny.
but the thing is though, she was working, he was working. They had a nanny. Then somehow with Miss Renee, okay, fine, whatever. But if you're going off to school, like why? Like my thing is this: like if you hire a nanny where there's two of you, why
Mm-hmm.
it would be more pertinent you hire a nanny when there's only one of you.
True. Wow. Hmm. Do you want to take a look at any of their outfits? I don't think we did this yet, did we?
No, we remember we did a preview of their. We remember on a
Okay.
previous show we did that. But we can run through them again to end the show.
Yeah, here's a quick look, and I included the picture with Andy because he kind of looked like Dr. Jackie's prom date.
Mhm.
But yeah, these are the looks. The set was based off of their DC trip. And the ladies were dressed accordingly. Nice shades of pastel. Dr. Heavenly said that poor Contessa's original dress was a nightmare, so this
Mhm.
was a lot better. Um, I think they all look pretty. The colors are very cohesive. For me, best was Heavenly,
Mhm.
and worst was Simone.
Simone is just giving Judy Jetson I Dream a Genie vibe.
But that's just the hairdo. But then, like, the dress, the color on her is spectacular. I love this color on her, and I
It's
love that she decided to do a shorter dress, but it isn't fitting right. And then the cape, the cape, either do a cape or do a sleeve, but don't do both.
both.
And I think her breasticles were presented beautifully.
Mhm.
But you see this seam here
It's the
that goes in
material.
all different directions?
It's the material that kind of messed her up too.
Bad stitching. Bad
The
stitching.
it's the material that messed her up. It's the material. It's the design. Yeah, but like you said, the color is beautiful.
Lovely. Lovely.
Yep, Selena saw it too.
What?
I'm not talking about the
Oh,
material. The material.
yeah.
It looks like a
I
tricky
think,
material to work with.
you know what it is? Whoever cut the pattern was not an expert tailor,
Right.
because the material ran away with them. And then you have ruching going on here. I wonder if it was a bad tailoring job, like if they cut it and then when she
Mm-hmm.
came to try it the day of or whatever, like it was still a little bit too big. And so
Mm-hmm.
that's how they like brought it in, and it just looks horrendous.
Yeah, the material
Um,
was just, it was just bad material to work with in the first place.
no. And then I didn't even see this seam coming down. There's so much going on this dress. I think that's my problem. You've got a cape, you've got long sleeves, you've got bedazzling on the sleeve, you've got bedazzling on the bosom, you've got a belt, you've got ruching, you've got a bad seam, and then like even the hem looks off kilter. What the hell?
Mm-hmm.
Child, throw it all away. Keep the color though. The color palette is gorgeous.
Yeah.
Um,
I like Contessa's swan look. I can go with it.
mhm.
Um,
Oh, you keep talking. You keep talking.
so
Because did anybody see on Instagram, Heavenly mentioned in her thing about the professional photographer that came? Did anybody see those pictures?
no.
They were gorgeous. Even Kieran looks hot. Keep talking, and let me see if I can find it real quick. Um,
Oh, I like what Trey said. Jack needs to be facing needs to be facing backwards and looking over his shoulder for dramatic effect. Well, semi-dramatic. I agree with you, Trey, on that one.
I don't know. I don't like that dress. I
Just,
just
Yanni said
don't.
Simone's dress. It doesn't look tailored. Maybe she bought off the rack. I,
Mm.
I just
No, she
really think
didn't.
that
It's a designer dress. It's the same person that made Monique's dress for Reunion.
with Simone, I think it was just the fabric. Just it was just a difficult fabric to work with.
Mm-hmm. Oh, here we go. Hold on, hold on, hold on. Okay. All right. So these were the professional pictures that they took after the reunion. So the guy who came and styled Heavenly also did her, and Anila and Quad, and I think Contessa.
Yes.
And so they went out into like the alleyway by the studios and they did these pictures. Now look at the difference this dress has once it's in motion. It looks amazing. When she's on the couch, it looks like it's falling off of her breasticles. Um, and then look at Kieran, my man. Ain't he cute? Who this? Where he come from?
Watch out, Neela. Debbie coming for
Oh
your
my
husband.
god. Yeah, because like me some curry. Yeah, so this was some of their pictures. Um, I just thought that they looked really good. Again, they look nice. At least everybody was age appropriate.
Right.
Guys, let us know in the comments below, what were your thoughts on this reunion? Let us know what you thought about the dresses. Who's your favorite? Who's your worst? Leave them in the comments below. Give us the thumbs up just because we asked you to. And hit subscribe if you haven't already. And thanks for everybody who joins us on Twitter. We actually see that people view our little show on Twitter, and we like it. So come on over one of these days so that you can get into the conversation. Right, he looked really good at the reunion, not so much at the show. Who's this? Yanni? Yes, Trey, he does look good. Kieran looked good in that picture. What happened? Oh, better than standing, in my opinion. Cooch, whose pink dress? What's her name? Anila? You liked her better sitting down than standing up? When you're in a well. Montana says tulle doesn't make you look good if you're in a cloud. Oof. So much on the show. Oh yeah. Yeah, I was surprised at how good he looked. Kieran looked in that picture. I was wow. Okay. Oof. Okay. All right, guys. Don't
You know what it is
forget,
though.
leave your
With
thought.
before we go, with Karen, what it is that he has facial hair, whereas during the season he had none.
Am I getting into beards?
So what it is like his face is one of those that looks
What?
better with facial hair.
Oh my goodness. Hold
That's
on.
what that's what it is.
Oh, maybe I do like beards. Okay.
It's just some men's faces just need facial hair to really bring out their aesthetic. Where some men like it just facial hair does them no good.
I wonder if, let me see. Heavenly. She said that she posted some pictures as well.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God. Okay, wait. Hold on. I know I was going to let y'all go, but let's just look at these real quick. Real quick. Who the hell is this? Oh my God. Look at Heavenly.
Mm-hmm.
Damn. That's really nice. Oy, oy, oy. Heavenly, like Heavenly said that she never wanted to pay for glam before. This was a great investment. Oh, look at these teeth.
Mm-hmm.
Let me see if Quad. I don't follow none of these people. Absolutely Quad. Okay, let's see if she posted pictures. Oh, child, look at Miss Quad. Miss Quad.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you've noticed this, but this dress has come up as 3 different shades for me, depending on lighting. Out
Right.
here in natural light, it is a beautiful pink. Inside on set, it's like when she's sitting down, it's peach. And then in one
Mm-hmm.
of the first photographs I saw of it, it was almost a cream. It's
Mm-hmm.
amazing what lighting will do. This is gorgeous. I now get this whole thing. Okay. And let's see the picture of the 4 of them together. Is this it? Wow. I like them. They look really good.
Yep.
Let me see if Contessa posted any pictures. Do you think she did?
I would think so.
Contessa. I'm sorry, guys. I'm going to end it soon. I'm just being like nosy. Nice. Wow. I actually like the dress now in this
Right.
pose. Damn. Okay. All right. So now you see, I'm changing my mind yet again. Okay, guys. That's it for now. We will pick back up when we see part 2 in 2 weeks. Tomorrow is TLC Tuesday. We'll be going over a 90-day fiance, which really wasn't much. And then me, you, and my ex, or you, me,
Mm-hmm.
and my ex, or some
You,
shite
me, and
like
my ex.
that. Yeah, that show. We'll be talking about that, where we got to see another couple, not a couple, like another scenario.
scenario, right?
Whatever. I've already posted it. It's 2 p.m. Eastern, 11 a.m. Pacific. Join us tomorrow to discuss TLC and all of their shenanigans. Any final thoughts, my friend?
No, we're good.
Yay. Okay. So until next time.
Of course.
Bye.
Bye.